At Avenues, I was introduced to music in 5th grade. I was the bass player in the 5th grade and 6th grade bands, and I continued playing bass and guitar in those bands all the way up into 9th grade, where I joined the advanced jazz band from the school and ended up playing with a lot of the most talented musicians at the school. I was introduced to mastery in 8th grade. I don't even know if I would call it a course or a class. I would call it more of an experience, where you take things that you're very passionate about and turn them from, passions into sort of set goals and outcomes. And that was a very high intensity program.
The Avenues said, don't worry, we've got it covered. We are here to help them. They had no classes and all this free time to research like in college.
It was something that enticed me as an opportunity I could only get at Avenues to really explore multiple subjects in that same way that I wanted to explore music. So I did not only this guitar pedal project, which was multidisciplinary, but I also did a science project, and it was actually a project about this bacteria that was able to break down a certain type of PET plastic with an enzyme it had called PETase or PETase.
When we all got together and he presented his 3 projects in mastery, and like I said, I really didn't know what was going on, what he was doing. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh my God, he was able to knowledgeably stand up in front of all these specialists and talk about in such a knowledgeable way.
Well, the Mastery program gave Adam an opportunity to record an album with very professional musicians, some of which he's been playing with in New York City for several years now.
Let your head down, baby. Let's have a night to love. Let your head down, mama. Let's have a night to love.
Adam is multifaceted, and he has many interests. I know he wants to get into the world of science, and which is great. I know he wants to be in the world of music, which is great. And I haven't seen what he can do with the science aspects, but I've seen what he can do with the music. And if he takes that same passion into his other art and love as a career choice, there's no looking back.
I think my main takeaway from mastery is that everything has a process, and that before you sit down to do anything, you gotta figure yourself out. That was a very big key to every year that I spent at Avenues, is that I always, before I learned anything in a subject, I always felt like I learned a lot about myself and my goals and my limitations and my strengths. Every year it was something different and new that I knew I had to work on through that year and that I spent a lot of time on. And mastery was a major contributor to all of that growth. I can look at mastery and I can look at Avenues and say, yeah, without this I would be totally in a different place in my life, and I like where I am right now a lot, and so I would never ask for anything to be different.